Hey, and welcome to the video series about how to hire a great virtual assistant. This is a 4-part video series where I'm going to talk about my process for hiring rock star workers in the Philippines. So let's get started by changing your paradigm right off the bat. Don't hire someone hourly. I know it seems like such a great way to do this, and you can do it, but there's a better way than hiring hourly. Number 2, don't hire per project. I know that both of these things, per project or hourly, seem like a great way to get into this, where it's low commitment on your part. If they don't do work, then you're not paying for it. It seems great, but there is a better way. And if you're hiring hourly, if you're paying someone hourly or per project, you're doing it the wrong way. And I'll talk about why in just a second. So how do you do this? First, hire full-time or part-time, but make it understood that it's a long-term position. The reason is because when you hire someone long-term, they care about your business. It changes the relationship that you'll have with this person. If you're hiring someone hourly or on a per project basis, you'll never have the relationship with them where they care about your business, where you care about the work that they're doing. And then also, it allows you to train someone. So an hourly person or a contract person, you know you cannot afford to train that person. You're already working 50 hours a week. You can't afford to spend 5 more hours this week on this person unless you have hired them on a long-term basis. And then you know that any training time you spend now will come back and return over and over and over again. Here's what I recommend you to do as you get started with this. Number 1, hire someone to do something you are currently doing. This is the easiest way to succeed with hiring your first VA. Yes, it takes time to train them. You're working 50 hours a week, you're going to work 55 or 60 the first couple weeks. After that, you're going to work 45 hours a week. You're going to get time back in your life. This is the best way to get time back. With that time, you now have more capacity to deal with other things you want to do in your business. If you've listened to my advice from this video, let me tell you what happens with you. Number 1, you hired a full-time person or a part-time person. Second, they're learning from you things to do. Third, you know now that you can afford to spend time training this person. And then here's what happens. Because you didn't hire them hourly, if you hired them hourly, if they're not busy, you don't care. You don't care if they don't have something to do. You don't care if they run out of tasks. It doesn't matter. If you hired them full-time, it matters because now you're paying for it. And if they're not busy, if they're not working, you're paying for their time. What this does is you combine all these things together and it forces you to step out of working in your business. I mean, this is how most people are all the time, like typing on their computer, like I got an email, I got to respond to this email, right? And you're so deep in your business that you never step out and see, like, dude, there's all these other things that we could be doing because you're right here. And hiring this full-time person is going to force you into stepping out and saying like, hey, they're not busy. I got to create something to keep them busy. I need to create a procedure. I need to create a process. I need to create some documentation here so that they can do something else in my business. And maybe that something else is like, start making social media posts for me. Start participating in forums for me. Start running Google ads for me. Whatever it is, you're going to start creating these processes where you're now the CEO instead of being the grunt worker anymore. And because it's your responsibility to train this person because they work for you full-time, because it's not a contract worker, all of this changes your role in the business from being the grunt worker to being the CEO. And that is how you start to grow your business. That's how you get VAs to help you grow your business. And it may be for the first time ever that you're like stepping away and working on instead of in your business. So in the next video, we'll talk about specific processes, specific steps to do to start hiring your VA.